I'm Darren, I'm from Movie Reviews 101 and the Talking Stars podcast. Today I'm going to talk about Season 4 of Black Mirror. Now, I've been a big fan of the Black Mirrors, even though I was late to the party on them. I don't think I really started watching them till Season 3. But Season 4 came out, and you know what? It was a marathon. I don't care. And the best way to describe it is the fact I enjoyed all 6 of them. But I am going to rank them from 6 to 1. So starting off in number 6 is Metalhead. A Metalhead follows a woman trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world where she's being chased down by creatures known as dogs. And it's a very good, tense, fast-paced one. But it just didn't feel like a true Black Mirror. It could have been any sort of anthology type of movie. And that's nothing against it. It is fun to watch. It's probably the fastest paced of the lot. It's also the shortest. But that was what I considered the weakest. Next up, in number 5 is Crocodile. Now for me, Crocodile was one of the more interesting ones of all of them. We spent a lot of time following 2 different people who collide towards the end. One hiding from their past and one trying to solve an accident, see whether it was an accident or not. Now I think the final 15-20 minutes of this one is right up there with the best stuff you're going to see in this series. But the beginning bit is very slow and drawn out. While that does help with the final outcome, it only goes to number 5 because it could be considered too slow at times. It's still, as I say, these are all getting probably 9s out of 10s, or 10s. This is at a 9. So that's saying what I feel about these. The next one, in number 4, is the USS Callister. Now this one is one that really gets stuck in your head when you think just how psychotic this story is. And this follows a young woman who finds herself waking up in a Star Trek-esque universe with a charismatic captain. There's such a big twist to what's going on in this one that is really one of the more thought-provoking and one that makes you think, wow, that's messed up in the head. And I can't put it any other way. That is why this one goes in at number 4. The sad thing is, this is only at number 4 because I've seen something very similar, not at psychotic level, in Futurama, where we had a crazy alien kidnap Star Trek actors. Just fine, it was good, but that was a comical version, this was a serious and twisted version, so I kind of knew what was going on and where it was going to go. In at number 3 is Archangel. Now Archangel follows a mother who nearly loses her young child, about 3 years old at the time, and she gets taken in to take part in a trial program where you can put a chip in the kid's brain so you can follow what they see at any time of the day, hide fears or dangerous or disgusting things from them with a filter, and how this girl grows up without with this filter on, so she doesn't understand pain, violence or anything, and things go wrong. And yeah, it's basically an over-obsessive mother trying to care for her daughter. It has plenty of twists along the way, so it's definitely one that is very interesting. This is the beginning of the 10s, I believe. The top 3 are all 10 out of 10s. This, I love this one. I think this is probably one that you could have made the best full feature film out of all of these. And this one, I believe, was directed by Jodie Foster, so good to see an Oscar-winning actress stepping behind the camera for a TV show. In at number 2. The number 2 is Black Museum. This is one that I could have put at number 5 at one stage. This one is one that really sticks in your head and makes you think and think and think. It follows a young British girl who ends up in a random museum full with terrors of studs, and the gentleman Rolo, who owns the museum, tells all the stories about these objects, and they're all very dark and twisted tales. And I'm thinking, well, each tale could have been their own Black Mirror, because they're dark enough to be that. But then this film keeps going and going, or this episode keeps going and going and going, and you're like, wait, and then the end happens and you're like, wow, this is a great conclusion. This was episode 6, by the way. This was a great conclusion to the series. I fully appreciate this one the more I think about it. Give me a week, it may have even... That's not going to get to #1. I'm sorry. It's definitely my second favourite. Another 10 out of 10 episode. And at #1, if you've seen the episode, you know what #1 is going to be. And that is Don't Hang the DJ. And this follows us into a world where there's this new dating app where you have to go and you get a message on your device, which is called Coach, that sends you on a date. And then you both have to press the button to see how long you're going to be in a relationship with this person. Yeah, that's what dating's come to in this. And we follow a bloke called Frank and a girl called Amy who have a perfect 12-hour date. That's what they're, a 12-hour relationship, as they wanted to call it. And they think, well, we should be together, but the app tells them not to be. So we follow them through other relationships and all these other things. And it's brilliantly shot, this one. It sums up the dating world where you sat there looking at your phones like, dislike. That isn't how dating should be. You should meet someone randomly that works for you. And this one sums up how we're getting too reliant on the technology of dating. While it is easier, it doesn't give you that spark. That's the truth to it all. But overall, this season 4 of Dark Mirror has been fantastic. I love the darkness in these tales. I could recommend any to anyone. I could probably pick one if someone said they're better favoured to a certain genre. But for me, this is how I rank these. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I hope you'll be happy to rank in the comments below and like this video and tell me just how wrong or right I am. I've been Darren, and we're finishing off by saying Happy New Year, and we'll be back in the new year with many more reviews, so hopefully you'll be back to see what I have to say about movies. But for now, we're out.